Good morning. Good evening, everybody. You're rolling with Ball Don't Lie. I'm your host, Jared, with my lovely counter-host, as always, Starkey. Say sup.
Sup?
Say mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
I think one week we should the entire episode in Espanol
Sí.
for our Latin American viewers.
Didn't realize we had Latin American viewers, but let's go.
I don't think we do, but you know we gotta diversify our portfolio a little.
Hey, I'm here for it. Let's do it.
A lot's going on since our last show. I think we have a pretty good show in store tonight. This is episode 66. Ooh, this is execute episode 66.
Oh man.
There we go. I think we just found the name of the podcast. Is execute episode 66. So that means it's already gonna be a banger. I love it. I'm here for it. Starkey, let's go ahead and start off with it. LeBron got swept. I called it.
You did, and well done.
I got my words confused last week. I thought gentleman's. I got it backwards. But holy crap! Suck it, LeBron.
LeBron got for the first time in his career or something. Clean sweep.
I think so. But it's also his first loss in his past 10 conference championship games. He's 9-1 in his previous conference championship games. How about that? His last loss prior to that was against the Celtics.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. I think it was the Celtics. Yeah, it was the Celtics.
Yeah.
The big three.
I don't remember what year.
Like 2007. It was the year they won the title.
Okay. Gotcha.
Folks, he also went to 9 straight conference championships. I'm sorry, 10 straight. 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm sorry, he went to 8 straight conference championships. My bad. Good God. It's not even fair. But hey, here's the thing. He did not go out without fighting. The man did not get a break. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I felt bad for LeBron last night. That man played the entire first half.
Yes. I switched it over there just very briefly, and the first half was coming to a close. And I want to say LeBron had just made a 3 whenever I flipped it over there. And the announcer was saying he has played every minute of the first half. He has not sat on the bench yet.
So he got pulled out with 4.3 seconds left.
Yeah.
That man was
going at that point, what does it matter? You
had nothing to lose. Your season is on the line. But honestly, that's what killed him in the second half. LeBron was already gassed going into that series.
Yep.
He almost dropped a 40-point triple-double.
Yeah.
He looks great. I mean, the first half, you're like, okay, you're by 15 at halftime. Okay, hey, Lakers, this is the one that you got. You're going back to Denver. But then, nope. Denver came back and outscored them by 27 points. I'm sorry, what was it? Almost 27 points. Bruh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 17 points. My bad. 17 points. My bad. I don't know why I said brain fart, sorry. But 17 points, dude. They came out guns a-blazing.
Yeah. Because I went to bed and the Lakers had gotten down by 3 or 4, I think. And I was okay. It's like the third quarter. They'll come back surely in this one. Then I wake up and it was 113-111 Denver.
113-111. LeBron missed the game winner. And then, of course, in Laker and LeBron fashion, LeBron got fouled. There was a lot of contact on that line. Stop it.
I didn't see it, so I can't say anything.
No, I mean, it's like you see like Marvin Ham and all of them literally arguing. Is it Ham? Yeah, Marvin Ham. Arguing. Garvin Ham. Yeah, arguing about the call. I'm like, stop it, man. Like, stop. It's not your night. It's not. Listen, your season was only going to go so far. The Lakers, you played a injury-riddled Grizzly team, and you played a worn-down Golden State team.
Yep.
You made it as far as you were going to go. Anybody that thought they were going to beat the Nuggets, you're retarded. Darvin Ham, here's the thing, I like it. He made a lot of bold choices that game.
Yeah, he did.
He literally said, "Hey, Jared Vanderbilt, you've literally carried us defensively to the Western Conference Finals. Hey, you're gonna ride the pine on game 4." I mean, I get the guy can't shoot. I get it. He can't shoot to save his life. But, dude, that's your best defender. Going against Michael Porter Jr. when he gets hot, MPJ's tough to stop. And Jamal Murray, same thing. When he gets cooking from 3, he's tough to stop.
Yeah. And
if you're trying to come back from down 3-0, you're going to need to save LeBron's every last bit of strength and energy on offense. That's what Vanderbilt's there for. But he didn't play him, and let me tell you what, R.I.P. Mo Bamba.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I mean, Mo Bamba's a bust, but I mean, it's simple as that. But the fact, Tristan Thompson got 10 minutes off the bench in a Game 4 elimination game over Mo Bamba and Jared Vanderbilt.
Well, I have a theory on that one.
Go on.
I think Darvin Ham is trying to stay in the good graces of the Kardashians.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
What?
So,
as my wife just enters the room when she hears the word Kardashians.
What'd you say?
Hey, do you know when Mo Bamba's last time of him playing more than 10 minutes in a game was?
When?
May 3rd. He played 11 minutes.
Okay.
It's the last time he played more than 10 minutes in a ball game. Remember, this is the guy that literally told the Grizzlies, "Don't draft me. I'm not going to play for y'all."
Yeah.
Karma is a you-know-what, Starkey.
Not a nice person.
Hey, that's what you get. We got the defensive player of the year. You get 0 playoff minutes. I'm going to let that sit there.
I like the trade.
But how about, the pick. But how about the fact, though, that Tristan Thompson hasn't played real meaningful minutes all year? That guy was literally in NBA in studio stuff, doing NBA Today with Rachel Nichols and all, and Derek, Jalen Rose, all of them, Kendrick Perkins. Yeah. He was literally on NBA Today, and then the Lakers signed him off the street. Now he's playing in the playoffs. And he's taking shots. I mean, granted, he's posting up Jamal Murray in the post, but come on now.
See, when news broke that they signed him, which that's a 100% LeBron signing, I thought it was to fill out a roster and then maybe play garbage time.
Well,
in no way did I ever think he would actually be part of the rotation.
So I think if you really thought about kind of what you said, fill out a roster spot, is veteran leader who's got the NBA battle scars. He's got the playoff battle scars.
He does.
He knows what it's like to play in the playoffs, especially with LeBron. To teach your inexperienced team, besides Anthony Davis, who has playoff experience. Your next guy after that is D'Angelo Russell, that's last year, and before that is Lonnie Walker. If I think no, Lonnie Walker, yeah, he wasn't part of the Spurs team, the one that beat the Grizzlies. He was not part of that.
Mm-mm.
But good gosh. Here's the thing. I still think they screwed up trading Pat Bev. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Lonnie Walker actually does. He was part of the 2019 playoffs with the Spurs. Lonnie Walker has 7 NBA games, playoff games under his belt.
See, I guess I've forgotten that. I didn't realize that Lonnie Walker's been in the league that long. I mean, I know it's only, 4 seasons?
He's 24.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. That's also, too, an underrated signing. This guy literally has barely played. With the Lakers and a lot of people. I wanted him with the Grizzlies. Just because he's a bucket off the bench. We need him. Granted, he's not a shooter, but he's a bucket. Potential still there and still 24. Get him here. But hey, we didn't do it. But man, honestly, what doesn't make any sense though, Anthony Davis only getting 21 points. Anthony Davis only. You know how many times he shot the ball, Starkey? He shot the ball 15 times.
Wow.
If I'm the Laker fans, I'm pissed at AD. You need to be more freaking aggressive. Hey, you know what I'm even more pissed about if I'm a Lakers fan? Why is Austin Reeves taking the least amount of shots as the starting 5? Last night, the starting 5 was Davis, James, Hachimura, Schroeder, and Reeves. Reeves took the least amount of shots. He took 11. Make that make sense.
That should never happen.
No!
I can't.
This is a guy that literally won you the Grizzly series. He's him. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
For him, but that's what pisses me off. If I'm a Lakers fan, I'm not mad that I'm don't get me wrong, I'm pretty pissed that Davis only took 15 shots, but I'm more pissed that Reeves took only 11. That I'd be more mad at that. And do you know who your leading 3-point shooter was? LeBron. LeBron shot
See, that
7
doesn't,
threes.
that doesn't excite me.
And so Reeves is the better 3. Hachimura only shot 3.
Yeah.
So let's Lakers are over. Game ends. LeBron's at the press conference. Basically, I don't know about my future. Stop it. You know,
even
good
I'm not
well
believing
you're
that one.
Like, come on, man. My kid, Harper, who's not even 1 yet, knows LeBron's gonna be playing next year in the NBA. Stop it. You're just trying to take all the stress off of I got swept in the Western Conference Finals. You're just trying to take all the smoke off that about how your team got swept. That's really what it is.
And I heard afterward, a point today, a good point about why he made those comments, and I'm sure we're going to get into it in a little bit. In fact, I know we are, so jumping the gun a little bit here. But the big retirement announcement that happened earlier yesterday morning with a buddy of his,
Melo.
and he was just super emotional with that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This was supposed to be LeBron's last ride. He broke the scoring title this year. He made it to the conference finals with no help from the refs. Even Adam Silver couldn't get LeBron in the NBA finals this year. That's the best thing.
Yeah, which is saying something.
I mean, how about this? Did you know that the Lakers shot more free throws in every single game against the Nuggets, and they still lost every single game?
I did not know that. That's crazy.
No, you can't tell me the NBA wasn't trying to help the Lakers make it. You cannot tell me the NBA. Lakers, Celtics, LeBron's last year, maybe, you know what I mean? Just broke the scoring, you know what I mean? And then you had that leaked NBA script got leaked in quotations.
That was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. That picture that was floating around on Twitter. That was so funny to me.
Oh, I was laughing. I thought it was hysterical, and especially you got like the Heat and the Lakers, or the Heat and the Nuggets both up 1-0. That's even better. Ooh, how about this fun fact? Did you know that the Nuggets, this was their first sweep in the playoffs in franchise history, and since joining, they've been in the NBA since 1976. They were the Denver Rockets back in the ABA. But since 1976, when they joined the NBA, this was their first ever sweep in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
To this day, I still say the 2013 Nuggets team is one of my favorite 2K teams ever.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Hey, dude, that Nuggets team. Listen to this. So they had Ty Lawson. You remember him from North Carolina?
I think so.
So they had that year. They finished the third. They finished the third overall seed. This was the year before the Warriors took over. So their starting lineup that year, Starkey. Listen to this. I used to kill people in 2K with them. I used to murder people in 2K with them. Ty Lawson, Danilo Gallinari, Wilson Chandler came off the bench. He was their sixth man. Andre Iguodala. So the starting lineup was Ty Lawson, Iguodala at the 2, Gallinari at the 3, Manimal at the 4. And former Memphis Grizzly favorites. And one of my dad's favorite Grizzlies of all time, Kosta Koufis at center. That was their starting 5. But what I would do on 2K, I would put Kosta Koufis coming off the bench, and I would go Ty Lawson, basically the same shot. I would just substitute Kosta Koufis for JaVale McGee. Just because I run alley-oops with him all day long, setting high pick and rolls, and just run alley-oops. It was amazing. And Gallinari was just draining threes left and right, the rooster. And they lost to Clay. That was the year they lost to Mark. That was Mark Jackson's last year as NBA coach. Well, we'll get to him in a second because I got a topic I want to talk about that. But listen to this. I heard somebody talked about this today. Speaking on the LeBron, somebody said, "Here's what's going to happen: LeBron could sit out next year, or could play next year because could have surgery this offseason. Sit out the remaining year. Where's the 2025 All-Star game?
Back in Cleveland?
Nope, it's in LA, Staples Center. Or Crypto Arena.
Crypto.com Arena.
I love the crypto. I'm a big crypto guy. Crypto.com Arena. It's in LA. Bronny will be in the league.
Yep.
Tell me the writing's on the wall there. And if LeBron sits out next year, guess what? They could have a great draft pick, and who would they take with their draft pick?
His boy.
Yep. And how about the fact afterwards, you saw, before we get back to the Lakers, you see the Lakers talking about, we're going to bring back Austin Reeves and Jorge Hachimura no matter what. There's no way you can afford them.
Absolutely not. No.
You can afford one. I read something middle of the year, Austin Reeves could get a $60 million contract. That was before he took on the playoffs. And now you look at him, holy crap. And then you got Roy Hachimura. You can't you can, it's one or the other. And then later it goes, oh yeah, we're thinking about bringing Trae Young onto the team. What?
Yeah, there is absolutely zero chance that Trae Young ends up a Laker.
You don't
Absolutely
have assets. The Hawks gave up all their asset or a good bit of their assets drafting or trading for DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
Let me see, what did they give up for him? And granted, DeJounte Murray is going to be the guy they stick with over Trae Young. But they traded, what was it? They traded multiple. Let's see, here it is. Pulling it up. They traded a 2023 first, a 25 first, 26 pick swap, and a 27 first round pick.
That's insane.
You have no assets.
No, you don't.
You have your 24 and that's it. You have next year's first. I mean, granted, you may try, but the Lakers don't have any assets either.
No, they don't. No assets, no cash.
But stop it. Here's the biggest thing. They don't need Kyrie. Kyrie will ruin that franchise like he has everywhere else he's gone.
Yep.
Let Kyrie figure out where he wants to go. I did see, and one more thing before we get off NBA here in a second, we get on to the Eastern Conference real fast. I did see a Reddit post. I sent it to Eric. I was going to save it for you. Somebody said we should trade Steven Adams and John Morant for Luka. We need to get rid of Josh's thuggish self. And we need to add a star that could contribute to this team. A star for a star, a fair trade.
Five words for you.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
That's 2 words.
That is 2 words. I was just trying to be funny. But
I mean, I'm pretty dumb, but you can't fool me. I know what you mean. That's when Mark Cuban, sorry, I don't want to say Mark Jackson, but Mark Cuban's gonna laugh at you like he did on Shark Tank.
Yeah. 100%.
Speaking of Mark Jackson, I know while we're still in the Western Conference, answer me this. I heard him the other day on the radio. Do you think Steve Kerr is a great coach?
No.
Or do you think Steve Kerr just inherited an amazing team?
I think Mark Jackson got shafted.
Because remember, they were the 6th seed that year against the Nuggets in 13 when they beat my Nuggets that year. Sorry.
Yeah.
When they beat the Nuggets that year.
Yep.
And then he got fired because they lost in the next round. And then they got Steve Kerr. But here's the biggest thing they were talking about on the radio. They said, who has Steve Kerr developed?
Nobody.
Hasn't developed Moses Moody. Hasn't developed Kuminga's on that. They're literally saying Jonathan Kuminga's about to be traded this offseason.
Ridiculous.
You traded James Wiseman because you didn't have the time to develop him.
You didn't want to have the time to develop him. And
what came back to hurt you in the playoffs?
Big man depth.
Again, you didn't have a center against. Granted, not saying James Wiseman right now would go toe-to-toe with Anthony Davis.
Right.
But if you had developed him, you don't know. But right now, James Wiseman would get destroyed.
Yeah.
Against
At least you would have had someone on the court.
Oh, yeah.
To go up. I mean, like you said, he wouldn't have done anything against Anthony Davis, but someone with comparable size would have done something.
And Kevin Looney sucks.
Yeah, he does.
I don't hate many people, but I hate Kevin Looney, and I don't know why. I don't even know why I hate the guy. I just don't like him. I just want to punch him in the face.
That's fair. We all have that person.
So let's move from the Eastern Conference, and still surprising, we may have another sweep tonight, which I will put money on it. The NBA does not let happen because guess what? You're going from every other day at basketball games every other day.
Mm-hmm.
The first round, the game one of the finals isn't till 8 days away.
Yep.
The start date is June 1st, no matter what, for the NBA finals. If the series ends tonight with the Celtics and Heat,
that's over a week of no games.
That's 8 days of. That's basically going to be 7 days of no games.
Yeah. And that's 7 days of cash loss for the NBA.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrible cash loss. But it's pretty much set up. It's going to be Heat and Nuggets, which I think is going to be a great matchup.
Absolutely. The more I thought about it today,
they match up
because
so well.
I do think it's inevitable. Yeah, I don't know who I would pick.
Nuggets and 6.
I mean, I know we'll get into that in a future episode.
I'm already laying it down. Nuggets and 6.
Okay, interesting.
Jokic.
Yeah,
and I hate going against Jimmy Butler, but Jokic, I can't go. I can't go against Taco Bell man himself.
Yeah. Which we were talking about that off here, and I'd forgotten.
He got drafted during the middle of a taco commercial. But here's the best thing with the Heat. We back to them real fast. Sorry, is people say the Grizzlies are great at like fighting hidden gems here and there, like the Anthony Melton. They traded for him, and he was a throw-in the Josh Jackson trade. And now look at him. He played meaningful minutes with the Grizzlies and the 76ers. Desmond Bain, John Conchar, Tillman, Santi. Yeah, David Roddy. They're finding hidden gems here and there. But the fact that the Heat are doing it with undrafted guys is just amazing.
And that's the key. The Grizzlies are good at finding guys either via trade or in the draft that nobody either knows of or has even heard of.
Oh, we really haven't done it trade-wise.
Undrafted
We've done it all
guys.
through the draft.
Well, I was talking about the throw-in of the.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, no, okay, I know what you mean. But if you look at it, so their main core is Bam, and Tyler Hero. Their main core that they've drafted, only 2 guys they've drafted, right?
Yep.
Jimmy Butler was a free agent acquisition. Kyle Lowry was a trade, but he's washed.
He's past his prime.
Kevin Love was a free agent signing. Got waived by the Cavaliers. You signed him. Victor Oladipo, you traded for him. You got him. Duncan Robinson, undrafted. And guess what? He's starting to play like Bubble Duncan Robinson.
Bubble Dunk. Yep.
Max Strus, undrafted free agent, played in the G League and then balled out with the Windy City Bulls. And then Miami took a chance on him in the bubble. And after the bubble, and he's playing very good. Gabe Vincent. I love Gabe Vincent. Love Gabe Vincent. Guy's going to have a great and long NBA career. And Cody Zeller got waived this offseason by Portland. I'm sorry, not Portland. He got waived this offseason, by Portland. I'm sorry, it was Utah. My bad. He got waived in the preseason by Utah. And now look at him. He's playing playoff minutes. Yep. Oh, wait. Cody Zeller is still one of my most underrated college basketball players. I thought he was going to be so good in the NBA. I was so wrong. Yeah. I was so wrong on that guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be stud in the NBA. Never was. He only averaged above 10 points in the NBA in a season 3 times. Yeah. I thought he was going to have a long multi like NBA All-Star career. And don't forget too, they found Kendrick Nunn, who was playing NBA final minutes.
Yep.
Where is Kendrick? Let me see. Where's Kendrick? Oh, R.I.P. Kendrick Nunn. I forgot he's with the freaking Wizards. R.I.P. that guy.
See, I didn't realize he was watching either.
He was playing good minutes in Miami his rookie year. Remember, he was in the second place for NBA Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Because it went Ja, then Kendrick Nunn. So yeah, they're great at finding Eric Spoelstra. Probably you can't judge he's a top 5 NBA coach of all time.
Oh yes, 100%. He's a future Hall of Famer.
Pat Riley found him, fell in love with him, and then Pat Riley groomed him to be the next heir to the throne in Miami.
Yep. Speaking of Spoelstra, I heard a story yesterday on the radio that I'd never heard of. That I'd never heard before. It was Spoelstra's rookie year as head coach, which I didn't realize was LeBron. I think it was LeBron's first year in Miami.
It was.
They started the season 15-17. And unnamed players, but it was a group of them, went to Pat Riley's office and said, Pat, Spoelstra's not the guy. Fire him. Basically, we want you to coach us. Pat Riley told the players to go to the gym. He lined every single one of those players up and yelled and screamed and got in their face and said, don't you ever come to my office and demand for me to fire a coach ever again.
I'm sorry. Hey, just looked it up. It was his third year. He was still a young coach.
Okay,
but prior to that, though, he had not had a winning season.
Yes. Okay. Correct. Yeah.
He had one winning season.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was his first year or
he had 2 winning seasons, but he was still very unproven.
Yeah. But Pat Riley went to bat for Spoelstra against these all-star level guys. And the rest was history after that.
I mean, look at him. The guy's literally, he could run for mayor of Miami and he'd win hands down.
He could run for governor of Florida. Not trying to get, anything like that, but he'd probably win it at this point. The dude is incredible. But yeah, Spoelstra's a future Hall of Famer.
Oh, by far. So I do have one thing. Talking about the Heat real fast. A former Grizzly is on the Heat.
Okay.
Do you know who?
It's not ringing a bell, so it must have been a short stint or a super obscure player.
It was a short stint.
Who was it?
You really don't know? Okay, I'll give you a hint. Same draft class as Rudy Gay.
Please don't make me think back that far.
He played 2.5 years in Memphis.
Is he in the rotation currently?
Yeah. He's thick.
He's thick. Okay.
He's already got a ring. Dude, the fact that you don't know this, he's a multi-NBA. He's a multi-NBA All-Star.
I'm blanking.
He's a 6-time NBA All-Star. He played at Villanova. He played for the Raptors for a long time. He's a point guard. Kyle Lowry.
Okay, when you said point guard, I was thinking Kyle Lowry. I forget Lowry was a Grizzly.
Remember, we gave up on him for Mike. So answer me this.
We did give up on him for Mike.
You drafted Mike the following year. Kyle Lowry was 2006 draft. Conley was 2007. Did we make the wrong choice?
I don't think so. But okay, I'll say that with bias. I say that with bias. Mike Conley is probably my second favorite Grizzly of all time.
So, Kyle Lowry, career averages of 15 points, 6 assists, and 4.5 rebounds a game while shooting 36% from three. Here's the thing with him. He's gotten amazing over time. Career high of averaging 22 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. Career high was in 2017, the 2017 season. Now, Mike Conley, 0-time NBA All-Star. I'm sorry, well, he's a one-time NBA All-Star.
One-time NBA All-Star.
Was it COVID year? It was the 2021 season. Yeah, he was an alternate that year. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, I'm wrong. I love Mike Conley to death. I love Conley. Similar stats: 14.5 points, 5.5 assists, and 3 rebounds.
But the way I look at it is, especially for a city like Memphis, I think you have to look off the court too. And Conley was amazing for the Memphis community.
I mean, Lowry was amazing for Toronto. I'm still going Conley, but you can make an argument. I mean, because here's the thing: if you would have put Conley with DeRozan and make it a guard-heavy offense, like kind of how it was in Toronto forever, Conley probably would have put it the same numbers too.
That's true.
And let's face it, it was a lot easier to be an NBA All-Star in the East than it was the West.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me ask you this, though. Who would have been better anchoring the core four besides Zebo? Conley or Lowry? Who would you have trusted more to play besides Zebo?
Lowry.
Really?
Cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. Conley was Mr. Clutch. I don't know why. I just love Lowry. Like prime Lowry, his game's just so amazing to watch.
Okay. That's fair.
Granted, we never got to see Conley as the go-to guy. I love Mike Conley. He's one of my favorite Grizzlies too. But we never got to see Conley literally be the focal point, like the main one. He was always a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
And for a good portion of his career, he was the 4th sometimes.
Yeah. But he was the conductor.
I will always love Conley, but I don't think we made the wrong choice. But you can make the argument, though, that we may have. Either way, I think you would have ended up with the same Grizzlies trajectory. Honestly.
Hey, that's fair.
Let's jump into the next thing. So we're going Heat winning, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to say Heat and... I'll say Heat and 5. Yeah, I'll say Heat and 5.
You say Heat win next game in Boston, okay?
Yeah, give me Heat and 5. See, I'm gonna have to think on the finals.
Think about that. You're good. We'll do that for next show. It'll be over by then. Let's jump to our next segment real fast. Before we do that, we have an ad read. Folks,
yeah, we do.
You deserve the best, and we will give you the best. Folks, whether you're getting ready to buy or sell your home, use Mitchell James of Porch to Patio Home Inspecting for all your home inspecting needs, folks. I wouldn't tell him to use him unless he was the best, folks. And let me tell you what, he is the best out there. 100% satisfaction. He will make sure your home that you're getting ready to buy or sell is in tip-top shape so you can get the most out of your budget with these interest rates being ungodly high. Oof,
Yep.
they're terrible, Starkey. You know that. You look at them every now and then. They are awful. You read about it on Google all the time. They're atrocious. Let me tell you,
It's not pretty.
It's not. It's only going to get worse. But let me tell you what, folks. You deserve the best out there. The BDL community, you deserve the best. And we are going to give you the best. Mitchell James will make sure your home is up to standards for you. When you're watching John Morant make a fool out of himself. When you're watching LeBron retire.
Yeah.
Folks, use Mitchell James of Porch to Patio Home Inspecting. Use code BDL for 15% off your first home inspection. Starkey, any news on the Mikey Williams stuff, or are we still waiting on the trial?
We're still waiting on the trial at this point. His trial is set to begin sometime in June. So the Tigers, Penny, are still in limbo at point guard until we figure out what's going on with Mikey.
They're screwed. Like, here's the thing. If I'm Penny, and you already know what Penny's freaking doing. You know Penny's literally putting all his eggs in Mikey's Easter egg basket.
If Penny is the smart man that I think he is. No, I'm not. I'm just saying. If Penny is the smart man that I think he is, Penny needs to move on.
He should have moved on months ago.
He should have absolutely moved on months ago. But if Penny is the smart man that I think he is, he will move on from Mikey.
And here's the thing. You have a chance to get Caleb Love, the top prospect, one of the top 3-4 transfer portal prospects. Do whatever it takes, just like you did for Jalen Duren and Amani Bates. Throw the bag at him. If you're Penny, you cannot afford to wait any longer. You need to get your team together. You don't have a go-to guy.
No, you don't.
Who's the guy from Florida State? What's his name? Mills.
Caleb Mills? No.
Caleb Mills. No. Peyton?
That's not him. Give me a second. I'm looking it up. Sorry, guys.
It is Caleb Mills.
Okay, I couldn't. I couldn't quite remember.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was like, we're about to have 2 Calebs on the team.
Yeah, that's what I was. I didn't know if we had 2 Calebs on the team or not, but we
could if Penny would just throw Caleb Love the bag. You don't have a bucket, and you need a bucket, and this guy's a walk-in bucket. You don't have a KD this year. The year before that,
and that's what Penny has.
Jalen Duren was your bucket. Even though we didn't freaking use. I'm still pissed we didn't. We still pissed we did not use Jalen Duren. You had a man-child.
You had a mountain of a man in the post at all times, and you just did not use him on offense.
That year, you probably should have lost maybe 5 games. Remember, that was the year we were like, oh my gosh. Everybody was... we'll say that for another day. I don't want to go down a bad rabbit hole.
That was the year it was natty or bust.
Because you had 2 potential top 5 picks on your team. Jalen Duren and then Amani Bates the next year.
Yep.
Because remember, we were talking about Amani running it back after the natty.
Yeah.
And Amani won 5 games at Eastern Michigan.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. But, man, Penny's got to throw him the bag. So we do have some Arkansas breaking news, by the way.
Okay.
Ron Holland got released, a top 3 guy in the college basketball recruiting class for 23. Just got released today from his national letter of It's basically his scholarship.
Yeah.
I can't. Words are hard. I've been up since 4 o'clock.
His letter of intent is NLI.
His letter of intent. So apparently he's meeting with the G League Ignite today. But they are saying, barring them literally throwing him $10 million, he's coming to Memphis, or not Arkansas next year.
Arkansas, yeah.
So that's back-to-back years of you getting a top 3 player in the recruiting class, and you're hitting the transfer portal hard. Can I just say, Daddy? Hey, I'm just saying, the round of 64 and 32 are in Memphis next year. I plan on being to at least one weekend, one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully Arkansas will get it. But, man, you were looking so good. And then another thing broke. So we'll get into winners and losers at the combine here in a second. But Arkansas's guys are pretty much gone, except one guy is now coming back, rumored. Devo Davis is now coming back. Guy could have played his way into a 2-way contract, maybe.
Yeah.
But just kind of how he started off the year crap shooting, and then end of the year he was becoming a marksman for us. Man, he's coming back. Rumor has it he's going to announce it later on this weekend. He's coming back, so you get him back along with your top recruiting class or transfer portal class and Ron Holland.
Mm-hmm.
The Must Bus has room for seats, Starkey. Hope you join. Are you grooming the beard down in Oxford? Are you still riding the Penny's little Sprinter van?
Penny all the way I'm excited about the prospect.
I hit the cord, then muted myself with the mic. Sorry, I was getting resituated in my chair. So winners and losers of the combine. We gotta give a shout out to our boy KD. KD deserves a shout. Played his way from the G League combine, got an invite to the NBA combine, and balled out. I think he's playing himself into a good G League spot. Maybe he gets a 2-way spot. I don't think so, but maybe he does.
I think he'll end up getting a 2-way.
See, you're more optimistic than me on that. Then again, I didn't think Kenneth Lofton Jr. was going to get a 2-way spot, but look at him now. Kenneth Lofton is our 15th man.
Home.
Is it home for him like Houston?
He said that Memphis is his home.
Where is he from?
KD is officially a Memphian.
Houston is his home. So he's going to the Rockets to play with James Harden in the strip clubs?
No. In his exit interview, he said that he has embraced Memphis, and Memphis is like home to him now. So
good. He killed us for like 5 years.
Get KD on a 2-way. Get KD on a 2-way. Let him pair it up in South Haven.
Another guy to be on the lookout. Another guy to be on the lookout for, it's a guy named Ben Shepherd. A lot of people are raving about the Belmont sniper. Here's the thing, like Belmont always produces like some white kid who can just drain threes at an ungodly rate, like Mike Muscala.
Yep.
There's a guy from Cleveland. What's his name? I can't think of his name now. Cleveland's got a guy from there that went to Belmont. Always produces these random guys who can literally knock down threes like there's no tomorrow. What's his name?
Yeah,
I gotta pull it up. Sorry. It's gonna bother me if I don't say it.
So I don't know why you're doing that. Belmont University.
Dylan Winder.
Okay.
He was a first-round draft pick. Go ahead. Sorry.
Belmont University is a beautiful campus. I'm just saying, I've been there once.
Yeah, it's in downtown Nashville.
Yeah, and it is a gorgeous campus. Went to church youth camp there once.
Their basketball arena only holds 5,000 people.
Yep.
So he's killing it. And then another guy, little homer bias here, Jordan Walsh. A lot of people were shocked. He declared after having averaging maybe 6-7 points this year.
Mhm.
Apparently, from what I've been reading, he's locked. A lot of people, sources have been saying he's locked anywhere from going like probably the 26th pick in the first round to the 50th pick in the second round, just because teams are loving his defensive versatility and the fact that they love his shot and they think his shot is going to fall very soon. His shots will fall soon. So, like it, love it. Starkey, let's jump to our next one. Next topic. You ready?
Let's do
The
it.
showboat. You gotta do the noise.
Honk, honk. Row the
3.
boats, baby.
Hey, just like Jesus arose from the dead after 3 days, we arose to 3 straight victories. You like that, didn't you? I thought you'd like that one. A little biblical in everybody today. Never. You can always throw Jesus in there somehow. Hey, it's not pretty how they win. Like, I actually sat on Sunday and watched their game. It's so bad. Their offense is so bad.
But they're getting it done.
I'm sorry, it was Saturday, but they did have a big crowd on Saturday. Despite it being Memphis Barbecue Festival weekend,
yeah,
they set a record for kick six. It was like 109-yard kick return.
109 yards.
That was the only offense of the day. Like, they are literally, their offense is so, like, it's bad.
I was telling you, somebody on Twitter put Chris Davis from Auburn's kick six and the Showboats kick six on top of each other and like played them at the same time. And it was absolutely beautiful.
I do have to give love. Cole Kelly, I'm sorry. I hated you when you were a Razorback. I love you as a Showboat.
Yeah.
Even though it's still abysmal to watch. But hey.
They're getting dubs.
I mean, we're still in playoff. We have 4 games left. We have to win, I would say probably 3 out of the 4 to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Before we jump into that, Starkey, do you have an ad read for us?
I do have an ad read for us. So
hit it.
So the Showboats have us in a good mood, right?
Yes, they do.
But sometimes, unfortunately, we all can't be in good mood. Sometimes days are just tough. Sometimes we go through stretches of life that are just tough, and we need somebody to talk to. Well, BetterHelp is here when you have those stretches in life. BetterHelp is a 100% online therapy company who is here to help you in whatever way is best for you. You can talk to a therapist over the phone, over text, over video chat. However is best for you, that is what they can do for you. It's 100% online. Once again, if you don't like your therapist, you can change therapist at no additional cost with a switch of a button. It is that easy. Jared and I recommend them. We love BetterHelp.
We do.
Use our link, betterhelp.com/balldon'tlie. That's betterhelp.com/balldon'tlie. All lowercase, no apostrophe, for 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp.
Lakers fans, I highly recommend you use them. Hey, Starkey, what time does Ole Miss play in the SEC tournament?
Quarter to never.
You want to click the BetterHelp link to help you find it?
I might need to.
Same with our
Mississippi. If anyone's going to have the answer, they will.
Hey, Bianco's probably already there. One more year. One more. How about that national championship hangover? I mean, it must be nice to have one.
Hey,
I mean, we were a pop fly away from having. Should have had one, but
hey, there's always last year.
well, even when last year's over, there's always 2 years ago.
There's always 2 years ago. We'll always have 22. Just like in Chicago, we'll always have 16.
Before that, when was it? Like 1906?
1908, baby.
1908. Okay, there we go. 108 years later. Woo!
108 years later, baby.
Let's go. Love
Which
that,
means it's
don't
probably
you?
going to be for Ole Miss 21, 30, 21, 40. Another 108 years.
So our kids will probably never see.
No. They won't.
You know, my grandpa died. He died a couple years ago. You know, he only saw Chicago win one World Series, and he lived to be 98.
There are a vast majority of people who've lived their lives who never saw the Cubs win a World Series.
I love that. Sorry. Not the fact they died, just the fact that the Cubs. Sorry.
It happens.
It does. It's okay, though. Well, let's get a little pop culture right now before we end the show.
Let's do it.
Fast 10 came out this weekend. I did not go see it. And I don't even know if I'm going to waste 2.5 hours of my life watching it on my phone.
I didn't see it either, and there's a good chance that I probably won't.
A guy at work has seen every Fast and the Furious movie in theaters. He went and saw it. I was like, hey, man, don't. I was like, the last one, they literally sent a car into space. Stop it. Like, they've already reached the amount of stupidity they can do. This one is I texted him Saturday morning and said, hey, how was the movie? He said, I want to get up and walk out.
That's what I was afraid of.
Like, why did we get away from racing cars and stealing stuff? Like, don't fix what's broken? You go from literally stealing TVs and VCRs in the first one and Street Wars, right?
Yep.
To two, still your little undercover stuff down in Miami, not taking down a little drug lord. That's not too far to believe. That's not too
far off.
3's Tokyo Drift, great movie, underrated movie.
Still
4,
but still very realistic.
Correct. 4, you're taking down the cartel in Mexico. 5, you're robbing a bank. You take from a drug lord in Brazil. This is Brazil.
Yeah.
And you drive a safe through downtown Brazil. Oh, you know what's not even the most unrealistic thing about that movie? It's not 2 cars driving a safe through downtown Brazil. It's the fact that Paul Walker and Vin Diesel literally drove off a cliff in a car into a body of water and did not break a single bone. They say if you go past like 100 feet, it's literally like concrete.
Yeah.
And they got up and swam and they got robbed by the cartel. 6, you're dealing with a group of international little spies. 7, you're dealing with the spy's psychopathic brother who just wants revenge, who is a trained military former expert.
And you're driving cars out of a plane and landing them perfectly.
And R.I.P. Paul Walker. Oh.
And R.I.P. Paul Walker.
And 6, Giselle dies. Spoiler alert, she comes back in 10.
Yeah.
Oh, and Han dies in Tokyo Drift.
And he comes back in 9?
Letty dies. No, he comes back in 9. Letty dies. No, he comes back in 4. Yeah, 4. No, yeah. No, yeah, he died. He leaves. Yeah, you're right. Comes back in 9. Letty, remember? Letty literally wrecks her car. The guy shoots a gun at her car. She gets shot across the concrete down a hill. suffers from amnesia and memory loss. And guess what? Oh my gosh, Letty's alive. And 11, Paul Walker is going to come back. Hey, it's all a publicity stunt. Paul Walker's really not dead.
Technically, Paul Walker came back in 10.
Stop it.
I'm just saying.
Did you YouTube that? It is so bad. Like just seeing him walk. He's literally.
I've heard it's not good.
So my thing was I YouTubed it because my buddy was like, "You need to watch it." So I looked it up and watched it. He's telling me it's at work, so we look it up on his computer at work, and then he's literally driving this raggedy pickup truck. I'm like, that's not even Brian's thing. Where's the foreign car? Where's the Toyota? Yeah. Where's the Nissan? Like, come on, like do it right. Keep him being do it right. Do Paul Walker right. Don't put him in a raggedy pickup truck.
Yeah.
Stop it. And then in 8, you got nuclear warfare. And 9, you're taking down John Cena, who's, oh my gosh, it's Vin Diesel's brother.
Pretends to be shocked.
And then in 10, you're dealing with Jason Momoa, who is the drug lords, the guy whose safe you stole in 5. And 11, Jesse survived Fast and Furious 1. He's getting his revenge. Jesse survived the bullet wounds. If Giselle can survive falling off a tarmac or falling off an airplane on a tarmac, going over plus 200 miles an hour, 400 miles an hour. I don't know how fast planes go off at takeoff, but if she can survive that, anything is possible. Just like Kevin Garnett, anything is possible.
Yeah. Well, didn't you also say that Gal was in what, 6?
The girl?
But you just didn't see her on camera?
Giselle. So she was in 6. Remember, that was the one she died in.
Okay, yeah.
8, so
Gal died in 6.
So apparently, if you save the post credits in 8, you see. Sorry for reading about me. I'm not ruining anything for you. You don't need to watch this.
We're doing y'all a favor.
I'm just ranting because of how bad it is. And then, but like in 8, so in 8, remember that's a nuclear warfare submarine?
Yep.
She's in the submarine.
Shocker.
Because you see the same submarine in 10, and you see her come out of the top.
Gotcha.
So, just looking at it, just for example, I'm just guessing, a 747, Boeing 747 goes anywhere from 185 to 242 miles an hour. So let's say 200 miles an hour. She fell off a plane going 200 miles an hour on concrete and survived. Make that make sense.
You can't.
Exactly. Before we get to
it's crazy.
It's stupid. You've literally run out of ideas.
Yeah, you are.
And you should have ended it at 6. Honestly, you really should have ended it when Paul Walker died, but
yes. Okay. I will bang this drum as long as I live.
When it's him and Toretto literally going their Brian and Toretto going their separate ways. Dom going, yeah, dude, you should have ended it with Dom and Brian splitting up. That's when you should have ended the franchise.
Perfect ending. Was Furious 7 was the perfect ending to the franchise. But no. Money talks.
I mean, they're making it, but here's the thing. Their budget was over, I think it was 3, what was their budget? I think if I remember correctly, their budget was over $300 million.
That's insane.
Their budget was $340 million. It's all CGI. Yeah, it's all CGI. Yeah, CGI special effects. I would say 340 budget was $340 million. As of today, they have only made $323 million. So they still have $17 more million to make before they can break even.
Even break even. Wow. Yikes.
So before we get into our last two statements, we have one more ad read, and I think this ties in perfectly. Folks, summer season's upon us. When you want to look good going to work, or, hey, going on the back nine after work, folks, go to Shank It Golf. Buy their clothes, folks. We highly endorse them. They got new hats, new shirts, new gloves, and new bag accessories for you. Folks, use Shank It Golf. Go to the website. Use our unique URL code for 15% off, or use BDL Podcast for 15% off your first or any purchase. Unlimited purchases. LIV.
Is Live Golf the predominant tour now? Yes or no?
No. I was actually reading something the other day that said they don't even think the Live Tour can make it another year.
Really? I had not heard that.
Just because their TV views are so down from last year compared to this year.
Oh, wow.
But their attendance at the tournaments are up.
Okay.
So your attendance is up, but how you make your real money on TV and all that YouTube TV is down. Hey, shout out to you, Brooks Koepka. Let's freaking go. Always bet on the Live Tour when you have a chance. Always. My boy Cam Smith sucked. And even more sad, my boy Ricky Fowler sucked.
Yeah.
Ricky did.
I mean, when it comes to Live, like you said, which I didn't know about the whole may not even make it a year, but now that Koepka has won his 5th major, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's the first Live golfer to win a major. I'm just saying, with Live, nothing lasts forever, right? And Live could be coming to an end. Nothing lasts forever, but this is getting good now between Live and the PGA. And to see continuing on if more Live golfers can compete with the PGA Tour still.
See, I don't think they have to compete. It's just the fact can the Live Tour just got to be able to freaking keep the money going. That's their main issue. I think they're going to end up having to deal with this, and they keep the money going.
That's true.
But hey, I watched it this weekend. It was a great tournament, as always. I was hoping I like old Victor Hovland. I was hoping Victor would have something. John Rahm played terrible.
Yeah. How'd my boy Sweet do?
You don't want to know.
Hey, fair enough.
I think Jordan ended up going like 5 over.
Ooh, yikes.
Let's see.
That's no bueno right there.
Yeah, sorry, he did not have a good day. Let's see. Here we go. He ended up 5 over.
Oof.
Well, what do you want, Starkey? He didn't have a good day. Well, that's okay. Rahm finished 7 over.
Who did?
Rahm finished 7 over.
John Rahm.
Yeah. Jordan started off. He had a good day. His best day was his last day, was -1. Ricky Fowler sucked. Ricky Fowler was 6 over. We didn't even make it past the cut.
Yikes.
Yeah, we got cut fast. But that's okay. We had fun. So you know this, if you don't make it past the cut on Friday, you don't get paid.
Really? I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. You got to make the cut to get paid.
Wow.
You got to survive Friday to get paid. So you sent an article real fast. Let's jump into it real fast. Wrap it up for tonight, folks. You sent a good topic tonight.
Real quick before we get into this, there's one guy that we
Okay.
haven't mentioned yet. Speaking of the PGA, we've
A
got
little
to
golf
give.
action.
I'm trying to find his name because I'm blanking on his name right now. But we do have some flowers we need to give away real quick. Michael Block
Oh yeah.
was the
Hole in
talk
one.
of the weekend. So he is he's a pro. He's the what do they call him? He's a club pro. So like his big deal is he plays on that course. Nobody really knew who he was. He before the weekend was ranked 3,580th in the world. He absolutely dunked a hole-in-one on the 15th. Usually when you see a hole-in-one, which is super rare anyway, it'll hit the green and then roll. It left his driver and went straight into the hole, a shot I've never seen before in my life. And admittedly, I'm not a golf guy.
Does it make you want to get into golf?
Not really, but it was still a really cool shot. And I've also been threatened by my wife if I ever get into golf, but that's a whole other deal. But after this weekend, he went from 3,580th to 577th in the world. He's gotten texts and calls and voicemails from Michael Jordan and another big celebrity, but he got a call from Michael Jordan saying, "Congrats, man. What a great weekend. That was awesome." So shout out to Michael Block. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, before we do that, we do have one thing we need to get into.
Okay.
So as you know, the 2023 athletic calendar is coming to an end.
Yep.
I found this great article. By the way, I don't see your school anywhere on this list.
See, that doesn't really shock me.
I mean, I know we've made it before. This is non-NCAA national championships.
Okay.
So these are basically scholarship sports. I'm sorry, my team's on. Let's look at the wrong one. So, for example,
some of these cannot even be considered sports.
Okay, let's see you do this one. Let's see you do Bollywood fusion dance. Now, don't look. If you're looking at it, look away. Look away. Look away. What school do you think won that?
Bollywood fusion dance?
Yes, I don't know what that is.
I had no idea.
The University of Ohio State is your reigning national champion in Bollywood fusion dance.
Shout out to OSU.
Air Force made it for skydiving. Shocker. Kind of glad.
That's
what
cool.
has me what has
good.
What has me worried is they did not win the national championship in flying. The Embry-Riddle Eagles won the national championship in flying. Has me worried. Our nation's best flyers didn't even win the national championship in it. Kind of like how Ole Miss beat Army in the shooting contest. Kind of has me worried a little in women's shooting. Here you go. A&M's actually on this a little bit. Ready? A&M is on it for the wool judging, meat judging competition. Now, how about this one? What school, Starkey, do you think won the national championship in a sport I think everybody in this great country loves? curling.
I saw that one. Was it? It was an Ivy League, wasn't it?
I don't know, was it? You got to give me a guess.
Was it? Was it UMass?
UMass is Ivy League?
No, UMass isn't Ivy League.
I'd say they're a A10 school.
I can't remember.
Penn. The
Penn.
Quakers. So if you want to send your kids to go to the Olympics in curling, you send them to Penn. I think the one that stuck out the most to everybody is Trick C, the Triceratops.
Tri-C, baby.
Tri-C. That is, I can't even pronounce, the Cuyahoga Community College. They are the national champion in landscaping. The Triceratops. Set the freaking tone. I love that. Clemson is on it for dairy tasting. And in true Alabama fashion, they cannot make a national championship list in Alabama fashion. Do you know what they wanted in?
I have it in front of me, but I'm not cheating.
Men's water skiing.
Interesting.
I feel like this is the last one we'll do. I feel like Notre Dame doesn't have much competition in the sport they won, Gaelic football.
Yeah, okay, that one was very specific. And I agree that I don't know how many other schools have a Gaelic football team.
I can tell you right now, Ole Miss did not.
No.
I think the most boring one of them at all is Maryland. Sorry, this is the last one. Maryland, the Terrapins being the national championship in soil judging.
Yeah.
I think that is the worst one of them all. So you sent one. You sent a good topic this week. It's your favorite Grizzly player of all time. Starkey, who is yours? You sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You sent 6 questions. We'll do 6. We'll do the 6 real fast. Favorite Grizzly of all time.
And shout out to @Grizz_lead for this one. This one isn't original. I took this one from Twitter. My favorite Grizz of all time is Zebo. Zach Randolph is my favorite Grizzly of all time.
Okay, love that. Mine. I want to say Powell. I love me some Powell Gasol. But I'm going to go current. I'm going to go Mr. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Okay.
It's a toss-up between... It's honestly a toss-up between... it's really a toss-up between Jaren and Mark, really.
Yeah. You are a big Mark guy, for sure.
I loved Mark. I love Mark. Former Grizzly player you dislike the most?
That would be Mr. Nick Calathis.
That's just blasphemy.
No.
See, mine, I had to put a lot of thought in this. I wanted to say, of course, many people will say, oh, Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
No, that's too common.
That's too easy.
Part of me wants to say Justice Winslow. But hey, man, it's not your fault. The front office tried to resurrect your career. Another part of me wanted to say Andrew Harrison. But Deontay Davis, I hated you.
Okay. Hey, that's fair.
Guy just didn't want to play basketball.
No.
Guy just did not want to play freaking basketball. Most overrated Grizzly player that grew on you.
I am going to go current here.
Okay.
Mr. Santi Aldama.
Ooh, that is a good one.
It's been widely documented how much we panned the pick, but this season, Santi really, really did grow on me. Became one of my favorite players this season until the playoffs.
Matt Barnes.
I saw that a lot of people say Matt Barnes. That's a
I
good
hated
pick.
Matt Barnes before he was a Grizzly, and then I saw like how much actually he cares about like wherever he's at. He literally puts his life on the line. And remember, that was also the same season he went beat the crap out of Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
I was at the final game of the year when we got swept in that 2016 season against the Spurs with the 28-man roster. I was there, and that guy was literally crying walking off the court.
Yeah.
Because we got swept. Most overrated Grizzly of all time.
I'm going to have to go Jeff Green.
Not a bad one.
I mean, for what we gave up versus production, did it live up to it?
Most overrated Grizzly of all time. That is a tough one. Because I know my underrated one.
I know my underrated.
Overrated Grizzly. That's a tough one. Because I don't like saying the common ones.
I've got one. He ended up being a bust, but from where
another overrated Grizzly?
Yeah, from where he was taken and what he was supposed to be to his actual production.
Who?
Mr. Wade Baldwin.
I don't know if he was really overrated. I want to go overrated Grizzly. I'm not going to say Chandler. It's not our fault. We signed a guy with no knees to a massive contract.
Yeah,
he got the bag. He did what everybody wanted you to do. Let's skip that. We're gonna skip that one for me. Okay. I'm gonna come back to it. Underrated Grizzly. I'm gonna say mine real fast. Courtney Lee.
That's a good one. Okay.
I wish we could have kept him forever.
One of the greatest plays of all time to me is still the Courtney Lee tip in with like a half of a tenth of a second left from the inbound. I still love that play. I'm going to go current here as well with underrated. And it showed just how underrated he is when he got hurt this year. Going to go Mr. Brandon Clark.
Hey, that is a good one. See, my thing is with Courtney Lee real fast, the thing with him is that guy was amazing from mid-range. He could not miss. He was a great defender because I remember what they would do. Because remember, they used to start, Tony would come off the bench that year with Jeff Green to be Mike, Courtney, because they would literally flip-flop Tony Allen and Courtney Lee. And Courtney, I wish we could have. He should have been a Grizzly in his career. Should have been. We just couldn't. We couldn't afford him. Overrated. So many people. I don't want to say like the main people. Tony Roten.
Okay, that hurts, but that's fair.
No.
For Tony Roten, the other day, I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was my man Connor Dunning, but I heard either Connor Dunning or Jeffrey Wright it was Jeffrey Wright had the best nickname for Tony Roten I've ever heard in my life.
What was it?
Murder T. Rote.
Oof. That's no bueno. Go ahead, give me Josh Selby.
Okay.
Just because like the guy literally was Summer League MVP, and then we were like, oh my gosh. Because I just don't want to say like common people. I want to give like off the radar Grizzlies.
Yeah, right. Absolutely, for sure. We want to go back a little bit here.
I like to take it down memory lane, and we're definitely going to be going down memory lane more and more as the NBA postseason ends. Folks, that's going to do it for tonight's show. We'll be back better than ever next week. Y'all have a great night. Be safe. See you at some point next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.